So, what if I told you that a sharper brain isn't something you're just born with, but something you can actually build, one simple habit at a time? Over the next few minutes, we're going to break down 9 really powerful, science-backed habits that can literally rewire your mind for better clarity, better focus, and just better thinking.
You know those days, right, where you just feel like you're wading through this thick mental fog? Well, listen, you're not broken and you're definitely not alone. Most of us feel this way, and it's not because we're thinking too much, it's usually because we're thinking too shallowly. And this idea right here, this changes everything. It's not about you lacking some kind of raw talent. It's about your brain lacking the right kind of training. This simple reframe puts all the power to change right back in your hands, starting, well, right now.
The science behind all this has a really cool name, neuroplasticity. But don't let the fancy word fool you. The concept is simple. Your brain is a lot like a muscle, and every single thing you do, from learning a new language to endlessly scrolling on your phone, is a rep. It's physically shaping your brain. So the real question is, what are you training it for?
And this right here, this really lays out the stakes, doesn't it? It shows the 2 paths. On one side, you have the sharpened brain, sustained attention, calm, strong memory. On the other, the stagnant brain, fragmented, anxious, and foggy. These aren't random moods. They are the direct results of the training we give our brains every single day.
All right, so how do we actually start building that sharpened brain? Well, it all begins with pillar 1. We have to protect the foundation. You can't run sophisticated software on busted hardware, right? We have to take care of the physical brain first.
We're talking about 3 total non-negotiables here. Sleep is your brain's repair crew. Smart food is the premium fuel it needs to perform. And daily movement, think of it like fertilizer for your brain. Seriously, even just a brisk walk boosts blood flow and releases these incredible growth factors. These aren't just wellness tips. This is essential maintenance.
First up, sleep. And let's be clear, sleep is not passive downtime. While you're sleeping, your brain is working hard. There's this amazing cleaning system that flushes out all the metabolic junk that builds up during the day. So if you skimp on sleep, it's like telling the cleaning crew to take the night off. You're literally leaving toxins in your brain.
And just like a high-performance car, you can't expect your brain to run on cheap gas. It starts with the absolute basic, water. Your brain is about 75% water, so this is non-negotiable. But beyond that, you want those high-quality building blocks. Foods packed with omega-3s, like fatty fish and walnuts, that literally support the physical structure of your brain cells. Okay, so once that physical foundation is solid, it's time for pillar 2. This is the fun part, the active work. This is where we get intentional and consciously start building new pathways to create a stronger, faster mind.
This pillar is all about challenge and intention. It means pushing yourself to learn something new, even for just 30 minutes a day. It means training your focus like a muscle. And crucially, turning the things you experience each day into wisdom you can actually use.
You want to feel neuroplasticity in real time? Try this tonight. Brush your teeth with your other hand. That kind of weird, awkward, itchy feeling you get in your head? That's it. That's the feeling of your brain literally building new connections. It's proof that you can change it.
All right, let's talk about focus, because we need to bust a huge myth. Multitasking? It's not real. It doesn't exist. What you're actually doing is just switching between tasks really fast and badly. It's making your brain weaker. The antidote is deep work. Try it. Just one 90-minute block on one hard task. No phone, no tabs, no interruptions. It's like a heavy lifting session for your brain. This next habit sounds so simple, but it's incredibly powerful. It's called metacognition, which is just a fancy way of saying thinking about your thinking. At the end of the day, just write down 3 things you learned. When you do that, you're sending a huge signal to your brain, basically tagging those experiences as important and telling it to store them in your long-term memory while you sleep. And that brings us to our final pillar, which might just be the most important one in our modern world. Because sharpening your brain isn't just about what you add to your day, it's about what you intentionally remove. It's time to prune the distractions. The game plan here is simple, but I'm not going to lie, it's not always easy. We're going to protect that first hour of the day from any digital noise. We're going to put a leash on that mindless scrolling. And we're going to learn to just embrace a little bit of silence, to let our brains actually breathe. Okay, the science behind this first hour rule is absolutely fascinating. Check this out. When you first wake up, your brain is in this super creative, suggestible state called theta. It's prime time for setting intentions.
But the second you grab your phone and that first notification hits your eyes, boom, you've just hijacked your brain, spiking your stress hormones, and throwing it into a reactive panic mode that can last all day.
Let's just call it what it is. Constant, endless scrolling actively trains your brain for shallow, fragmented thinking. It's the fast track to that stagnant brain we talked about. By intentionally stepping away, even for a few minutes, you give your mind the quiet space it needs to connect ideas, think deeply, and actually get stronger.
Okay, we have just covered a ton of ground. 9 habits, 3 big pillars. But look, all this information is pretty much useless without action, right? So let's talk about the single most important part. Where do you actually start? And this quote right here might be the most important thing you hear today. Motivation is great, but it's fickle. It comes and goes. Systems are reliable. A habit is just a system that runs on autopilot, especially when you're tired and motivation is nowhere to be found.
So listen, please do not try to do all 9 of these things tomorrow. You're just setting yourself up for failure. Pick one. Seriously, just one thing from this list that feels doable. Master it. Make it automatic. These small, consistent changes are what compound into huge results over time. Your brain will thank you.
And that's really what this all boils down to. We've got to stop thinking about intelligence as some fixed talent you're either born with or you're not. It's maintenance. It's like brushing your teeth or going to the gym for your mind. So the only real question left is, how are you going to maintain yours today?